Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Valheim. So, the area I'm in right now might look a little different. Um, I built myself a little shack here with a bed. I got a chest and a fire. The sun recently just came up, or no, it didn't. It is 14:25 or 16:25. Ah, it is late in the day, but that's okay. Uh, so, um, I've been looking around the map, and as you can see, there's my starting point right there. Ixtir is there. I took a little trip around the island that I'm on here. And as I was coming up around over here, I spotted this mountain right here. And I was like, oh, I gotta go check out the mountain. So I wandered up to go check out the mountain, and I found this spot right here, which I'm calling the Highlands. Um, So shores down here, you got to climb up this hill to get to this spot right here, which is where I am. And it's quite a nice little area here, a little bit of hills here and there, and there's the mountain right there. The ocean is down there. So if you go straight down here, you will run into the ocean. I am going to clear out some of these trees and that and kind of make a path down to the ocean. It's not going to be straight out that way. It's probably going to be more over this way. But yeah, I put a couple of bonfires there so that I could build at night if I wanted to. Um, and I flattened all of this along here. And I put this frame in, and these posts, they're 4 posts across and 11 posts long. So this will be the central longhouse in my little village, because the village is going to go up over there, and it's going to go up over there, right up to the snow. Um, I am, of course, going to get rid of that little structure right there, and there was another one over here somewhere that I'm going to get rid of. There is a waystone right there, but of course, you can't destroy waystones, so it stays. So yeah, this little waystone not going anywhere. Uh, I am going to build around it. This is going to be incorporated into my little village. There is another waystone around here. I think over here somewhere, maybe, or maybe up over there. I don't remember exactly where it is. And apparently, my guy is just starving. My stamina and everything is way low. So we'll eat one of those. I've got 2 of them left. I can always get more. It's all good. So in the hills here around my where I'm making my village, there is a stone longboat uh, burial right here, and there is another one just over there. Um, so I'm going to leave them the way they are. But yeah, we are going to build some stuff just as soon as we hop into bed and, just make our way through the night here. Um, Fortunately, I put this right here, so I can sleep. Now, if I could do that in real life, that'd be awesome. I'd love to be able to just lay down and just instantly fall asleep and then wake up when I need to in the morning. That is not easy, let me tell you. Okay, so the morning of day 14. Yay! A couple of things that I found once I got all my mods in here and I actually started poking around and looking at everything uh, is like my hammer. So I did download a couple more mods. I'm currently sitting at 45 mods, And that's what it looks like in my hammer right now. So we've got all these categories up here of different pieces. We've got Odin Architect doors, and there are some nice doors in there. Really like these crystal gates and the iron gates and that, and the wooden doors with iron and dark wood and everything. Really nice doors. Um, there was one here that actually I was thinking about putting in the longhouse. Um, and it is Odin Architects. um, no, not that. Not that one. Those are the doors. Decor. There's some nice stuff in there. What's that? Bronze storage. Oh, it's a small one. Mm, okay. Big iron storage. Whoa. How big? Um, where is that? It's in the Odin pieces. I know that. Ah, there's themed build pieces right here. I used this one a couple of years ago, and some interesting pieces, except for that. That hardwood door sucks. It does not want to line up properly. It's absolutely terrible. Put any other door in this building, you can make yourself a tower. So there's a base, and then there's one with a window, another one with a window. This one's got a door, and then you've got curved stairs for the inside of the tower, but then you've also got these round floor pieces. And I built a house using these stone pieces one time. Um, so these are the small ones, and then we've got the bigger ones here. Um, let's try it. So they do have some size to them, and one cute little feature of my hammer is, I bring out my hammer, I hit B, and detach my camera. So I can put that piece right there. Let's put a Q1 there. Um, rotate this one this way. Put it here. And then let's put this one right there. And then we'll put this one right there. So now I've got those four in the corners. Now, let's jump into the big pieces. Um, this is Q3, Q2, Q4. Um, so these big ones, they are big. Ooh. Okay, let's do that. And then let's do that. You get some really interesting designs with this when you start using these round pieces. So let's flip this around. Put that there. Go back to this one. Oh, this way. And we'll attach that one right there. Yep. I like the design on the floor. Kind of nice. That's what I did in the the house that I built before. Um, hmm. Now here's a question. Do I want to continue? What if we do 3 of those? Let's do 4. And then I think it was this one. Yep. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then what if we do... Oh, that's not quite gonna work. It's right in between. We'll have to use the bigger pieces. Yep. You'll do. And then this one. Right there. Okay. Hmm. Kind of interesting. Um, let's put one. Why can't I put you there? I want to put you right there. Well, I can do that, but I can also overlap them like that. What if... Ooh, okay. So this longhouse is just going to be just kind of the main longhouse where everyone goes. Let's actually take these ones out of here. We'll leave the little ones in. Uh, this was this one. So 2, 3, 4. And... Nope, not you. That one. And we'll go 2, 3, 4, which leaves that gap in the middle. However, what if we do this? That one. Oh, it's not quite big enough. But I can get that to snap there. And then this one. And let's get in there. That one. Okay. Actually, that's kind of cool. Let's actually take out these ones. Yep. Take out that one. Leave the big ones there. That's not bad. I kind of like it. Okay. Now, what other... Kind of want some stone that kind of goes with it. No. What about you? It's 2 by 2. It's not very big. What if we do this? And we make that. And then we go like this. Can I? Yes. Okay, we can do that. Yeah. And that. Okay. Fill in this piece over here. Okay. Excellent. Okay. So I need to bring that down a bit. Okay, so yeah, I can use the build camera with the hammer and move the camera away from my guy. I do have a workbench right over there. And actually, you know what? I'm going to go park my guy over here by my workbench. That way, you know, we got really good coverage on the house. But one other thing I found was my hoe. I can also detach the camera on my hoe. And that's how I flattened out this whole area along here. was I kind of placed my guy over here somewhere, and I just went along and I flattened the whole area. So, let's go. Oh, that is not what I wanted. No, no. Let's just widen that area a bit more and flatten that down. And then we're going to go here and flatten that down. There we go. Now we don't have dirt uh, right here on top of our stones, which is great. We don't want dirt there. So we've got this floor pattern at the moment. I do need to fill in this whole area here and then these little areas over here. So is there a piece that I can put in there? Possibly. Probably. I'm thinking probably. Um, Now I am just absolutely spoiled for choice in here as for pieces. Um, there's nothing in there. No. Those are planters. Balrond, do you have anything interesting for me? Okay, so that is the exact same floor. Um, no, that's a totally different piece. Oh, that's a slope. I want a triangular piece, but one that kind of matches that. Um, hmm. Well, one thing I do want in here is this floor piece, which is the runic floor. And I want to put it right there. There we go. Now that thing's right in the middle. And it glows blue, which is awesome. Um, Now I need to find a floor piece. Anything in the heavy build I can use? Do you have a triangular piece for me? Tell me you do. No, not really. Okay. That is a Grouston wall. I don't want that. Core wood, white marble, fine wood. No. Not that. Okay, we got nothing there. Leaf pieces. Well. Um, I might use those for the roof. I don't know yet. Haven't quite decided yet. But I have been checking and seeing. I was looking on Google at how Viking longhouses were built. And so, what we need to do is go into building, and we got to get these guys. So we're going to use the 4-meter log poles, and we're going to put one there, and over there, and my fire is very loud. I'm just going to go every... Okay, what are we at here? So, okay, let's put one there, and then there, there. That doesn't seem like the right distance. Oh, it is. Okay. And there. And then there. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't seem right in the middle. Oh, that's why. Okay, I messed that up. Put one there. Take that one out. And then there, take you out. And then there, take that one out and put one there. Okay, so there we go. We have one on the end of each beam here. And then we're going to do the same thing over on this side. We're just going to work our way down the wall here. And, nope, there we go. Okay, so we've got those made now. And here's where the fun begins. Now, we are going to need a row of poles going kind of down the middle here. But first, I kind of need to fill that in. So, what do we do? Wood or stone? We've got stone all along here. Don't really want to do wood there, I don't think. Let's go with core wood pieces. Nope, that's a wall. I don't want you. Roof, wall, core wood floor. Uh, could do core wood. Let's see. How does that look? Not terrible, that's for sure. So if we do just a central aisle along here, okay, that's not going to look good there. That is a half wall. I need a half floor. Those are walls. Again, walls, stairs, window, and trapdoor. Really? Don't need a trapdoor. There's nothing under here. So, drawbridges? Cool. Fence? Yeah. Need more floor pieces. Wall, half wall, quarter wall. Need a lot more floor pieces. This is raw wood floor. Interesting. The sun is going down. It's about the same size as that. And I don't have a half piece for that. I don't have any corner pieces. Um, I do have kind of an idea though. That. Back to the theme of building pieces for a second here. And what if we go like this, and we snap this puppy here. Okay. That's... yeah, I don't know about that one. Okay, so snap the last one in right there, and then it just leaves us small areas. Let's go with this. Put it right here. It almost works. Okay. This one. And if we put it here. Hey, it only leaves a tiny gap there. So, okay. I think I need this one. Is it this one? I don't remember. Don't remember which one I used over there. Let's put that one right there. Definitely makes for an interesting pattern, that's for sure. And then if we put this one here, and then this one also there. Okay. Well, it definitely filled in the gap. That's for sure. Except for this gap right here and that gap right there. Can't do much about them. Filled in most of the other gaps. Okay, I need this one. Let's put that one right there. And then, right, we had wood coming in there. And we need to fill in this space over here. So, what if we do that? And then, oh, wait, nope. We want, is it this one? Yeah. We put it there. We've got overlapping ones there now. And then let's go this one. That one, it's exactly the same. Okay. But, okay. That. That leaves kind of an interesting pattern right there, doesn't it? Now I gotta fill in the rest of that down there. It wasn't so hard over there. I had other stuff, but here I don't really have a whole lot to fill in with here. Greystone? No. Nah. We got dark stone, red stone, we got white stone. I got all kinds of pieces in here. So many pieces that it takes forever to get through them just to find pieces that'll fit. What if we just kept doing this? Down there, and then kind of fill this in, because this floor comes in just a little bit lower than that one. So I could actually fill in the gaps. Okay, so we need to come down here. I need to go like that. And then we gotta find this angle, if I can. And we need to go... Oh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to fill that one in. That's okay. Go like this. Come on. Oh, I saw it. There it is. Okay. And then let's fill in that gap. And that gap. And that gap. So now we're left with a little gap right there, a little gap there. Tiny little gap there on both sides. And we filled in most of this with a little gap there and there. Not terrible. We've got little gaps in the floor over here. What if... Let's go with... Yeah, dark stone. Let's go with redstone. And just flip around this way. And the question is, can I... Okay. So I can set the height I want there. So if I don't want it showing through the gap in the floor, I can just raise it up to whatever height I want. And just do this. Make it just a little bit lower. And it's the middle of the night, so we're not really seeing a whole lot of what I'm doing here. It feels like kind of a real mashup of different materials that I'm using for the floor here. Okay, well, we have a comfort level of 4 here because we've got a bed and a fire and a roof. But welcome to day 15. Okay. Let's equip our hammer here, and we're just going to switch to that, turn on the build camera, and get up here and take a real good look at this. So the main door is going to be right here. So you're going to come in the door. You got a wood floor, which you've got stone on either sides, which leads into here. So I think what I'm going to do with this longhouse is maybe put a bunch of workstations in here. So this will be kind of the central meeting place where a lot of the people come to for crafting and stuff like that. So walk in the door here. We got wood. I do have my little lantern on. I have a hip lantern. It's awesome. A little bit of redstone there to fill in the gap. We won't fall in any of those holes. And then we've got this stone here, this piece, which, you know, we can always just sit down on this. Zoom in on my guy a little. And yeah, he's just kind of sitting there looking around, contemplating being a Viking. Alright. Enough contemplating. I kind of like how that went. Just kind of leads right up to here. Got this arrow pointing out that way. Probably put another door on this end because when I leveled the floor on this end, I raised the dirt a little bit just right here. Because these posts, if I try to walk in here, I can't. But if you go over here where the dirt's raised, it's high enough that I can actually walk over that. I don't like that gap. Okay, where did I put you? Nope, not you. Not you either. Uh, there you are. Okay. Let's see. Can I? Yes, I can put a piece in there. Awesome. Just to fill that gap in a little bit, because that's terrible. Um, ooh, I had it. There it is. Okay. It was up there. Okay. And we'll just fill that in. There's not a lot I can do about that. Um, unless I can, you know. Okay, I need to get in a little closer here. This is why I like being able to detach my build camera. Just send my guy over there and actually get into some of these areas. Ooh, I saw it. Where, it was over here, wasn't it? Right. Come on. There it is. Got it. Okay. And that was there. Okay. We'll just zoom down here a bit. And I saw you. There you go. All right. We got those filled in. Cool. So there's not a lot left that's not filled in. But I do kind of like this. Um, really debating on taking this stone floor and just going all the way back to the where the door is going to be. Oh, that okay. No, that didn't snap over there, but it is showing through the floor. Okay, I went a little bit too high on those ones. Not a big deal. All right. We'll go back to redstone. And actually, I'm going to take that piece out, that piece out. Now that the sun is actually shining, I can actually see what I'm doing here. Okay, so we'll lower that a bit. That's better. And then this one, same thing. We'll just lower it a bit. There. Now it doesn't show through the rest of the floor. Although I suppose I could have... Actually, yeah. I could just fill the entire thing in. Let's do that. Let's take that out. That. Give me that. And I want to... Oh. You're gonna let me do that, are you? Okay, it's actually gonna let me fill that whole area in. Nice. Okay. So that does square up on that. That's great. Put that there, that there. And yep. Give me one there and one there. And they do not show through the floor. And they fill that whole area in. Nice. Okay. I'm not going to even bother with that one. Or that one. They're just kind of there. Anywho. So, at some point, along the sides of these logs, going down that line, I am going to have to put in more of these logs here. So the basic construction, let's go to building, let's go to those. So we'll put one there, and then we need to put one there, and one there. So the door is going to be right here. And we're going to put... Oh, no, you're not going there. Yeah, we'll put you there. And there. And there. So we need to have these logs here in order to support the roof, which is going to be way up there. Okay, I can snap one in there. That's good. And there. Alright, we'll put one there. One there. Skip that area right there. We'll leave it kind of open. And then let's go... Oh, I can't snap one there, can I? No. Okay, so might leave this end down here wide open because I've got nothing to snap to. Because I would have to snap that like right there in order to line up with those posts and line up with that post. Although, not horrible. Okay. Let's go with this log beam, and we're going to put it right there. Ah. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to continue this across here. No, no, you go right there. There we go. So then that continues across there. And then from here, we got to go up one more, over and down. So basic square structure right there. But I'm going to go put my guy over here because trying to build from one level is not fun. So we'll put one there, and then we'll put this right here. And that basic structure will go down the entire length of this thing. So let's continue this. You there, and that. There. There we go. So now, yep, those are connected across there. Let's go with one here, there, and then we'll put another one. Come on, attach there. Ooh, they do. Oh, yeah, too low on this one. Never mind. We'll just continue this. Ah, it doesn't like that. Okay. Fine, be that way. I'll attach you there, and you there. There, now we've got solid connection across here. So these ones are kind of orange, those ones are green. The only way I'm going to be able to reinforce that is to put in some vertical poles there. But yeah, that's might work, might not, don't know. That there. Yep, that works. And then we've got this opening here. Yeah, okay. Just making sure I was at the same height there. All right. Well, this is, yeah, how we're building our longhouse. At least according to Google. This is a traditional Viking longhouse. Although I have taken, one or two liberties with that center area over there, but it's fine. Okay, let's go across here. Attach. There we go. I will decorate this a bit. As far as the front entrance goes, where the door is, I haven't decided which door I want to use yet. Definitely not going to be that door. It's round. I don't want any really plain doors. Definitely not that door. I'm thinking maybe the Darkwood Gate. It's really kind of nice. I like that one. Just flip this around. Put that there. So yeah, kind of a nice door. Put the same one on the other end here. Yeah, let's go back to these. I need, right. No, we need the vertical poles. And there was one there, one there. And then, of course, we had. Oh, no. That's there. Okay. Grab my doors. One there. One there. And then now we can do vertical poles on either side of it. And then we can do the horizontal poles across here. Haha. There we go. And now we have doors at both ends. And we've got pretty much a basic structure across here. So let's put in these poles here. And then I gotta figure out how. Oh, well, you don't line up very well, do you? Go away. There you go. There we go. Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put vertical poles here. That'll work. That doesn't look overly horrible, although I don't like that one much. Yeah, that's better. Okay. There we go. Do we need that one? Yes, we need that one. Okay. Let's put a pole here. And then we're going to put a pole here. Yeah. That doesn't look too bad. So then I just got to put in these top poles all the way down the middle here. Not sure how that's going to work on these ones because, yeah, I think what we're going to do is rotate 90 degrees here, and I'm going to have to do this. It's unfortunate that I have that there is physics in here. Okay, put one there, and then where are you? There you are. There and there. Okay, that one supports, but Okay, these two are supported. That one's not. Right. I know what I gotta do. So one there, and then there, and there. Yep, it uh, it works. At some point, this whole thing may just come crashing down on me. I don't know. I'm hoping it doesn't, but at least these ones here, I can place these poles here because they've got poles underneath them. And then let's go down to this end and place a couple of poles here. Those ones might be a little bit off, but the most part should be okay. Let's start here so that we get the same right height. Otherwise, you know, that's kind of going to suck if we don't. It's not going to look right. Yeah, I definitely want this to look right. Okay. Rotate that. We'll put a pole there. And yeah, we'll just put a bunch of these along here. Hopefully this pole, hopefully it reinforces itself. Otherwise, it's really not going to be great. All right. There. All right. Well, this is going a little quicker than I figured it would. Um, and last pole right there. All right. Oh, the outside ones. Totally forgot about them. Bleh. And of course, it's nighttime, so vision is, just fantastic. I do have those fires going, but they only give me so much light. But I do have the uh, I do have the light set on here, so it's not terrible. So I can actually see something at night. I'm not completely blind. Unless I take my glasses off. But even then, I can still see something. Just not very well. There we go. That is the basic construction of our longhouse. I might change the flooring in there. I'm not completely convinced. um, that piece will probably stay in the center there. I may change all of these pieces, the semicircular ones, and we might just go with like a completely wood floor in here. I don't know yet. The doors are definitely staying. Uh, so I've got a roof to put on this thing now. And so there are going to be beams coming down here. And then there's going to be a roof going over to here. Let's actually see how that's going to go. So there's a 26-degree roof. I need to know what angle this is. Well, it is definitely not a 26. It's close, but it's not quite. Okay, so 45. Ooh. It's not a 45 either. Okay. I see. Okay. So a 45 with two 26s gets me to there. It almost touches. It touches this pole right here, the vertical one, but it does not touch the horizontal one. So if we do, what if we do a 45 here? Okay. And then we do a 45 there. And we do a 26. And then another 26. And then we do another 45 there. They don't meet. Why don't you meet? Um. Hmm. Okay. Just looking at the pieces here, they look okay. That's there. And that. Oh. That piece needs to go. And we need to spin this around and there. Okay. That's why. This roof piece was actually connecting to that beam instead of connecting to that piece. So that's why they didn't connect up here. But now all these pieces are green along here because they do have supports, because this piece and this piece are touching that beam right there, not that beam. Yeah, you can see the gap in them, but it's okay. So there we go. That is what my roof is going to look like now. It's going to be sloped down there, and then I'm probably going to flatten out a little of this area around here and over on this side, because we're going to have 45-degree beams, and they are going to be coming from there right to the ground. So these beams support the structure itself around here. So I'm going to need some right on the corners. And you know what? Let's, we're not going to have it on every one of them, but we will put them, say, every second beam. So let's do that. Although, oh, wait a second. I just thought of something. Yep, that's not going to work. Okay. Yeah, that one just kind of buries itself into the ground. Take that one out. And we'll put that one there. Okay, we'll take that one out. Put one here. And then that kind of lines up with that. It leaves this whole area open there. I could even put a door over on this side. But yeah. That is going to be my Viking longhouse, and I have talked for long enough. It's been an hour, and yeah, let's put our hammer away here, because even though I've got fires burning all over the place here, and we can kind of see what's going on, let's take a look at this in the daylight. Because I'm sure it's going to look a lot better in the daylight. You feel rested. Sure, I'll believe that. Jump up here, and there she is. That is our Viking longhouse. I am going to put um, fireplaces in there. I haven't quite decided where though, because generally, oh yeah, I have a mod that automatically opens doors for me and closes them. I love that mod. Uh, no longer have to open doors. So I could have fires along the sides there, and I just might, because I do want to keep this thing in the center here. Um, and actually, you know what? This spot right here, because there's no vertical beam right here like that, might be a great place to put a hearth. Nope, it's not there. Nope, no hearths there. Um, miscellaneous? Okay, there is one here. And there are a couple of other hearths that I could use. Um, okay, let's detach. Um, so I want to leave some room over there, but I also want to leave a path down here. Okay, what if we do that? And then, great, now I gotta move my guy. Dude, go stand over here. You're not in the way over there. And then let's put another one over there. Kind of line that up with the middle there. And then put another one right around there. So now we've got 4 fires going in here. And we've still got our central corridor going down there. And these 4 fires are going to be heating up this entire place. Fantastic. I like it. I will... Oops. Triggered my door. I will continue working on this. Might put a door there. Might put a door over there. Actually, might just put a door on that side. Because we've got this hill here, and I really don't feel like digging all of that out. So, well, not that it's a big deal. I can just use my hoe. So one of the mods that adds stuff to my hammer also adds stuff to my hoe. So I've got a whole bunch more functionality here. Normally you only get these 4 right here. Uh, but, oh, and maybe first 5. But then, so you've got level ground here, then you've also got this level ground. And I can use this one to flatten huge areas, make it my height. I can go free mode. If I use left alt, I can smooth the ground out. And we've got raising, uh, paving, grass, dirt, cultivate, dark grass, patchy grass, mossy paving, dark paving, I can reset the terrain if I do something wrong and I want to just put it back the way it was. I can reset the area. And then we've got a slope. Slopes are great. So, say I'm over here somewhere, and let's say I want to slope the ground between uh, that point there and where I'm standing. I can just do this, and we go boop, click that spot, and that now slopes along here between the height that I was there up to that spot where I clicked there. So I can just create slopes along the way if I want. Oh, and I can remove stuff, and I can also tame animals. So need to zoom my camera out here. Uh, I can increase and decrease the area here, and if I just click on stuff around here, stuff just disappears. So uh, we can change between a circle, a square, and a rectangle. Circle's pretty good. Get rid of entire areas of stuff. So I can get rid of this thing. I can get rid of these rocks. There was an area. There it is over there. Oops. Not what I wanted. I meant to open that and eat something. Alright, let's go down here. Let's take out those. I'm going to leave that thing where it is. We're not going to get rid of those stone barrels because they're kind of awesome. We'll get rid of a couple of these stones, but I dug this out because I was kind of hoping that I could maybe make a cave down under here and kind of dig underneath all of that. But yeah, you can't do that. So what we're going to do is reset this area right here. There we go. Look at that. Fixed my mistake. Kind of awesome. I believe the mod that does this, that adds all of this uh, to this, is Infinity Hammer. Because Infinity Hammer gives me a whole bunch of stuff. Sears Catalog is the one that gives me all of this up top here, and then allows me to expand my rows and columns down here. Because, I've got 107 building pieces, we've got 86 crafting pieces. There's a whole bunch of new pieces in here that I get from mods that I downloaded for other hammers. Um, you know, and yeah, so then I've got access to all this, and I can scroll up and down if there's more than what is showing in the rows that I've got here. And of course, you can move this around. You can grab it, move it if you want. I don't often need to, but every now and then this little window right here kind of gets in my way, and then I've got to take the whole thing, kind of shift it to one side to get at a piece that I want right there. But yeah, so there we go. The longhouse is coming along nicely, I gotta say. Uh, Took me an hour to get where I am, but that's where we're at right now. We've got the basic structure made and started on the roof. And we got a couple of hearths inside to keep us warm while we're building. But that's enough of listening to me yap today. I'm going to get out of here and probably work on this a little bit more and hopefully uh, try and get a couple of houses, out around here and start getting this village made. I'm going to bring houses right up to the edge of there. Maybe put one out there somewhere. Have a log cutter out in the woods there. Uh, the stone longboat that's there and there. Those are going to be our burial places. So yeah, we gotta have something around here for that. There is that little building up there I gotta get rid of, and there is back there somewhere. I saw it at some one point. There is a burial shrine back there, so I might use that. Might just actually keep that thing around. But that's enough for today. I'm out of here. So until next time, I'll catch you later.